The foolish sage. Sometime in the distant past, there was a sage called Deva Sharma who lived in a sanctuary in the edges of the town. The foolish sage Pankatan story picture it was generally known and regarded. Individuals would visit him and offer him with endowments, nourishment, cash, and pieces of clothing to look for his gifts. The blessings that he didn't require for himself, he would auction and got rich on the returns. Also, by nature, he confided in no one. He never put stock in anyone. In this way, he kept all his cash in a sack which he conveyed under his arm constantly. He would not part with the pack for a solitary minute. One day, a swindler ran over the sage, and he turned out to be certain that the sack this heavenly man was so possessive of must most likely contain a ton of fortune. He anticipated taking the pack from the sage, yet couldn't think about an approach to do as such. He thought, I can't make an opening in the sanctuary divider, or bounce over the high doors. However, I can beguile him with sweet words to acknowledge me as his devotee. The foolish sage Pankatan story picture it pondered, on the off chance that I can remain with him as a pupil, I can win his certainty. When I get an open door, I will ransack him and leave this place. Having arranged in this way, the swindler moved toward the blessed man with love. Namah Shivaya. I bow before Lord Shiva, the god of destruction. With these words, he fell on the wise's feet and stated, O Guruji, please control me to the correct way of life. I am tired of life and need to look for peace. The sage mercifully answered, My child, I will most likely guide you. You are honored on the grounds that you have come to me to look for peace at this youthful age. The foolish sage Pankatan story picture this was the open door the swindler was looking for, and he on the double touched the feet of the sage for endowments. O Guruji, please acknowledge me as your devotee. I will do whatever you request that I do. The sage acknowledged the swindler as his pupil, however just on a condition. He stated, A sacred man as me is prescribed to spend the night alone without organization. This helps me to ruminate moreover. Along these lines, you won't be permitted to enter the sanctuary during the evening. You will rest in a cabin at the entryway of the sanctuary. The swindler concurred, I should energetically serve your desires inside and out that you ask me to. At night, the sage started the ceremonies and formally took the swindler as his supporter. The swindler consequently substantiated himself a loyal devotee. He rubbed his hands and feet, washed his feet, and helped him with every one of the ceremonies alongside cleaning the sanctuary. Despite the fact that the sage was content with his educate, the swindler couldn't increase enough certainty for the sage to part with his pack when he was around. As days cruised by, the swindler began getting disappointed. He doesn't believe me enough to leave the sack with me. I can access the pack on the off chance that I execute him with a blade or sustain him with toxic substance. When he was thinking this, the swindler saw a young man visit the sage. He was the child of one of the wise's supporters. He welcomed the savvy, O Guruji, I have come here by and by to welcome you to our home for the service of Holy String. It would be ideal if you acknowledge the welcome to bless the function with your kindness. The foolish sage Pankatan story pictured the sage acknowledged the welcome, and after some time began off for the town with the swindler. In transit, they ran over a waterway where the wise considered mitigating himself. He collapsed the bag full of cash in his robe. He requested that his devotee care for it. Might I look after the robe until I return? This was the open door that the swindler was looking.